Resisting Racism. My name is Jennifer. I am mixed. My mother is Taiwanese and my father is American. I was born here in Taiwan and grew up under the Taiwanese education system. I can speak perfectly good Chinese and even basic everyday Taiwanese. Regardless, I was still bullied and discriminated as a child for being half American. Throughout the first 3 years of elementary school, I couldn't walk the halls without hearing the words "Adoga" or "American big nose," without hearing someone telling me to go back to America, even though I was born here in Taiwan and was also half Taiwanese. I was even told by one of my teachers that I was incompetent because I am half American. At a very young age, I was given the impression that being a certain race was wrong, that my mere existence was wrong. Little was done by the school authorities, even though my mother constantly brought up the issue to them.
Hi, my name is Waylon, and I lived in America for a couple of years when I was younger, and I absolutely loved my time there because I made countless wonderful memories. America is the most diverse country in the world, and I met so many different people of different ethnic backgrounds. However, I still encountered a fair share of racism there. One experience happened when I was in 6th grade, and 2 boys called me over and said, "Do you eat dogs?" in a really condescending tone. They thought that just because I'm Asian, I eat dogs. But what they didn't know is that I'm a vegetarian, and I don't even eat meat. When my father heard about this, he tried to contact the school. However, school authorities told me that it's unfortunate that people like this exist, but there's nothing they can do about it. Racism exists everywhere, and Jennifer and I are only 2 people in a sea of millions that have encountered it. So, have you ever wondered why does racism exist? Ignorance is one of the reasons, and it can stem in many ways, one of which is lack of contact with people of different races. People who live in less diverse places are more prone to making insensitive comments when they see people of different ethnicities. Moreover, lack of education is also another factor, because people without proper access of education tend to make more racist remarks when they see other cultures, because they never learned about them, which might result in them not respecting it. Moreover, people are not born racist. The environment in which they are raised influences them. Therefore, people should form their own opinions instead of blindly absorbing everything they are told.
As we can see in this picture, the white person is chosen over the 2 black people. And this brings us to the next factor of why racism exists: judgment. The person in the picture probably thought what the 2 black people had to offer wouldn't be as good as what the white person did. Never judge a book by its cover. Thinking someone might be less educated because they're black or that they're less skilled because they're aboriginals is simply unfair. The second we start judging someone by their appearance, we strip away the equality that we're supposed to treat people with and create unnecessary obstacles for them.
The next factor of racism is stereotypes. I'm sure we are no strangers to some of these, such as thinking all black people are violent or all Asians only use chopsticks. Even Hollywood films constantly demean Indians by making people believe they only eat curry or speak broken English with a strong accent. This shows how overwhelmingly normalized stereotypes are in society, and it shouldn't be shrugged off as a laughing matter.
On November the 28th, 2020, 2 Aboriginal teenagers won the title of Best Children's Shows Host. And Pengoyod and Booyah decided to wear their traditional clothing to the award ceremony. During the live stream, rude comments started coming in, saying how their traditional clothing was too exposing, implying that it was barbaric for them to go on stage like that. Even the show's host started making rude remarks after seeing their names on the nominee list. And this triggered a huge discussion on the internet about the racism that still exists within Taiwanese society.
On May 25, 2020, police officers arrested George Floyd, a 46-year-old black man, for buying cigarettes with a counterfeit $20 bill. He died shortly after his arrest. Footage of the arrest shows a white police officer kneeling on George Floyd's neck while he was being restrained. He said over 20 times he could not breathe as he was being restrained for 8 minutes. has convulsed a nationwide protest throughout America. Now that we've gone through some of the reasons of racism and some real-life cases, let's discuss what we can do to solve this problem. The first one is empathy. As a kid, one of the first rules we learned was, treat others the way you like to be treated. Even as we get older, this rule should still apply. If you don't want others to treat you unfairly because of the color of your skin, then you shouldn't do the same to them. By simply putting ourselves in another person's shoes, we can significantly reduce our unconscious biases towards others.
One of the most effective ways to diminish prejudice towards different minority groups is to truly get to understand their culture. And some schools have established that with this wide variety of clubs. This gives us the opportunity to break down walls between each other. I'd like to add that there's a school that runs a carnival yearly, which requires students to run stands based on the different cultures of the language they major in. Through this event, almost everyone in their school gets exposed to the diversity of different cultures.
The photo on the left is a screenshot of an Instagram account made by students from Gaithersburg High School in Maryland State from the United States of America. And this account was created so that minority students can have a platform where they are able to anonymously speak out on their experiences of racism at school. And the image on the left was a post submitted by a Muslim girl, and she said throughout her school year, she's heard lots of Islamophobic and racist comments, and how her experiences were invalidated by others by simply saying it was just a joke. This proves that more platforms like this are definitely needed to give minority students the platform they need to voice out on their experiences.
These pictures were found on Instagram, which also brings us to how the easy access of the internet and social media plays an important part in raising awareness. Nowadays, almost everyone here has a phone, so why not use this to our advantage and try to spread awareness? With more people voicing out and demanding racism being treated seriously, the harder for people to turn a blind eye on this issue. We can't change what happened to us, but what we can do is try to raise awareness and try to improve this current issue and create a more friendly environment for generations after.
Lastly, we'd like to thank this competition for being all-inclusive and for challenging us by giving us the opportunity to compete in the college division, even though we are still 17 years